All praise to the Most High, AHAYAH, and to his son, Yahayah, Messiah, Yahayah. This is Brother Holly here with the first Spirit of Truth broadcast here on the AHAYAH'S channel, as well as the House of AHAYAH channel on this set-apart Sabbath day. First and foremost, as always, let us give all glory, praise, and honor to the great I am, he who is, was, and is to come, the Almighty One, Yahayah, and to his son, Yahayah, or Yahayah, who gave himself for us that we might have life, and that life is in him, Yahayah. Now, in this first broadcast, it's going to be pretty brief. I got a little praise report at the beginning, and then we're going to go straight into the scriptures. We're going to read a couple of scriptures, and we're going to go straight into the message for today. But suffice it to say, for the next few broadcasts, I don't know how many, we're going to talk about the oneness of Yahayah. Yahayah is one. Deuteronomy 6:4. And children, it is important for us all to understand that. Not because our ranks have been polluted with closet Trinitarians. That's not the real issue. For those of us who are awake or have been awakened, we understand from our own personal study and the study of others that verse found in 1 John 5:7 was added to the King James Bible by the people who were trying to push a doctrine that does not exist in the scriptures. That is the doctrine of the Trinity. What does Deuteronomy 6:4 say? What does Torah say, children? Hear, O Yahshua, Yahayah, your Alahayah, is one. He's one, child. He's not two, he's not three, he's not eight. He's one. About 30 years ago, 3 decades ago, children, maybe 4 decades ago, I had an open-eye vision. And in that open-eye vision, I was standing before the throne of the Almighty, and on his throne was written a word. I couldn't see him for the glory of it, but I could see where his feet were, and his feet were at the base of that throne. And on the base of that throne, there was a word written, and that word was one. His name is one. Come on, man. That's good. Woo! And his name one. Come on. So we're going to look at some of the things that the Most High's word says are one. And the cyber attacks have begun. It never fails. We're going to look at some of the things that the Most High's word said are one. And we're going to be reading from 2nd Esdras in a moment about how much the Most High is focused in on oneness as being something that will describe himself, and how he acts in a way that is in line with his oneness. And when I start reading, you'll see it clearly. And we're going to read in the second broadcast, if how wills it to be so that I live and the earth remain his son Terry. In the second broadcast, we're going to go into the epistles of Paul, so-called, or the Apostle Saul, in whom we all trust. And we're going to read from the book of Ephesians, his rendition on the oneness of the things of high. All praises. This first broadcast, we'll be reading from his word, Hebrew, I can't say it, Yasha'Allah scriptures, 400 years of slavery. And, I can't say the word Israel. And we're going to read why I don't use that word. And you're going to grow to understand why I will never ever speak the word Jesus again. For that word means actually son of Zeus. And we have a prohibition in the Torah, which I'm about to read just now into your hearing one more time, against putting the names of these foreign powers in our mouth. Let's read it. Turn to the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 13. And in all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect. Now this is Moses speaking to the children of Yasha'Allah, speaking to you and I. He says, in all things I've said to you, be circumspect, be careful, and make no mention of the names of other powers, neither let it be heard out of your mouth will you highlight. So when you say Jesus, you're saying son of Zeus. You are actually factually putting Zeus in your mouth. So I will refer to the Christian Messiah just J.S. I will call him for the rest of the time. I think it's J.S. in 2 Timothy, I believe. Even the Apostle Saul, who the world isn't called Paul, was keen to that. And in previous broadcasts here on these channels, we pointed out that J.S. actually in Greek, if you will, in Latin, is Barabbas, or son of the Father. That's J.S. That's what that means in that language. So did Barabbas get crucified? No. But Yahayah did. And there's a teaching on this channel that says J.S. did not get crucified. But the Yahayah did. Oh, praises. I'll read it again. We need to be careful not to do this. This is Exodus 23:13. And in all things that I've said unto you, be circumspect. That means walk carefully. And make no mention of the name of other powers. Neither let it be heard in thy mouth will you continuously highlight, put stars around and say, don't say it. Just don't let it come out of your mouth. Okay? Full stop. In that. In that today. Even if it's written in the book, don't you dare put their name in your mouth. Okay? Be careful not to do that. And most of you have heard me say on these channels that JESUS is an acronym. It means justify everyone saying universal salvation. And that persona and the doctrine based on that persona is just that. Anybody who cries out to that name believes that doctrine. That you can justify everyone by saying universal salvation. Salvation for all. That's the doctrine of JESUS or JS. That's the JS doctrine. That's the gospel of JS. But what is the gospel of Yahayah Messiah? It's found in Matthew 1:21. And you shall call his name Yahayah, for he shall save his people from their sins. I ain't talking about everybody. I'm talking about particular people. We're going to read from 2nd Ezra in a moment in the Apocrypha. We're going to read who that one people are. Let's get it. Turn with me to 2nd Ezra or 4th Ezra in your Apocrypha. Chapter 5. Let's start reading at verse 22. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again. See, here's Ezra in conversation with the Most High. And what he's going to say, the Most High is going to say, yep, you said it right. You told just like it is. Ezra's 2nd Ezra 5:22 again. And my soul recovered the spirit of understanding, and I began to talk with the Most High again, and said, O Yahayah, that beareth rule, of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one vine. Will you highlight? Again, the thesis that we're embarking upon in these next few broadcasts is the oneness of Yahayah. Hear, O Yahshua, Yahayah, your Alahayah is one, and everything about him is one. He has chosen one vine. Of all the trees thereof, you have chosen one vine. He's chosen one vine, child. Let's read it again. 2nd Ezra 5:23. And said, O Yahayah, that beareth rule, of every wood of the earth, and of all the trees thereof, thou hast chosen thee one vine, and of all the lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily, and of all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river, which would be the river Jordan, and of all built cities thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. Will you highlight? See, of all the built cities, He didn't hollow Cairo. He didn't hollow Memphis. He didn't hollow Babylon. He didn't hollow these other cities. He didn't hollow Rome. He didn't hollow Athens. He didn't hollow Corinth. He didn't hollow Bangkok, Baghdad, or Birmingham, Alabama, or Birmingham, England. Of all the cities that are built, he hollowed or made sanctified or made holy one city, Zion. I'll read it again. And of all the depths, this is 2 Ezra 5:25. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all the built cities, thou hast hallowed Zion unto thyself. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. This one sheep was sent to redeem one people from their sins. I spoke of the verse earlier, now did I? Matthew 1:21. It said, and you shall call his name Yahayah, or he will be Savior, for he will save his people from their sins. All praises. Put down in the comment section if Yahayah, or he will be Savior, came to save his people from their sins in accordance with the word. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with Matthew 1:21. All praises. I'll read it again. This is 2nd Ezra, or 4th Ezra, in the Apocrypha 5:26. And of all the fowl that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people. Will you highlight that and underline that? How many people did he gather? One. And unto this people whom thou love, thou gavest a Torah that is approved of all. Will you highlight? He gave this one people, one law, one Torah. And thank you, Spirit of the Most High. Quicken me. It says in the book of James, there's one lawgiver. Told you, everything is one with the Most High. There's one lawgiver, one Torah giver. And he gave one Torah to one people. Wow, I'll read it again. 2nd Ezra 5:27. And among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people, which people? The one people, whom thou loved. For remember we talked about this. We deconstructed John 3:16 yet again. That when it's talking about people, the term the world, when it's talking about people, it's talking about the one people. It's talking about his people, our people, or my people, depending on who's speaking. For Yahayah so loved his people that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever among them that believes should not perish, but have everlasting life. For Yahayah sent not his son into his people to condemn his people, but through him his people might be saved. See how easy that is? And in line with the rest of the revealed text. I'll read it again. 2nd Ezra 5:27. And among all the multitudes of people thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people whom thou lovest, you gave a Torah that is approved of all. And now, O Master, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others. And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? Will you highlight? Thy only one people. Most I ain't got two one peoples. He only got only one people. His only one people. I know that. It's it's gonna name who his one people are among. It's gonna describe them. And then we'll read. We'll just keep reading. I'll read it again. 2 Esdras 5:28. And now, O master, why hast thou given this one people over unto many? And upon the one root hast thou prepared others. And why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many? Who are the one people that's been scattered among many? Who are the scattered? Who did the Most High say he was going to scatter? Did he say he was going to scatter the Egyptians among everybody? Did he say he was going to scatter the Babylonians amongst everybody? Did he say he was going to scatter the Ethiopians amongst everybody? No, he did not. But he did say he was going to scatter the house of Judah amongst everybody. He did say he was going to scatter the house of Yahayah amongst many nations. Thus, the people who are scattered amongst other people are the children of Yahayah and the children of Judah, the 12 tribes worldwide. He didn't say he was going to scatter Isaac amongst everybody, nor did he say he was going to scatter Abraham. He said he was going to scatter Jacob amongst people. Wow. Verse 29, 2 Esdras 5:29, and they which did gainsay thy promises and believe not thy covenants have trodden them down. Will you highlight? See these heathens, these people of other nations besides us, the children of Yahayah. These other nations don't keep the covenant. These other nations don't inherit the promise. No, it was never given to them. They definitely don't keep Torah. The one law they won't keep came from the one lawgiver to his one people. They gainsay the promises and they trodden down the covenant. And they don't believe it. Verse 30, if thou didst so much hate thy people, yet shouldest thou punish them with thy own hands? Now when I had spoken these words, the angel that came to me the night afore was sent unto me. And he said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and I shall tell thee more. And I said, speak on, master. Then said he unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Yahsha'Allah's sake. Remember I told you the Most High was going to name who his one people are. Here his messengers speaking to Esdras after Esdras prayed this. And Ezra's heart was troubled because he had seen what had happened to the Most High's one and only people. How they've been trodden down by these other nations, by these Gentiles. How the children of Jacob have been trodden underfoot by these Gentiles. And the angel came, is your heart just troubled for Yahsha'Allah's sake? Even the Apostle Paul, so-called, said his heart was troubled in Romans chapter 9. Just like Ezra's heart was troubled here in 2 Ezra chapter 5, the Apostle Paul, so-called, heart was troubled in Romans chapter 9. They were both troubled for the same people, weren't they? Here, Ezra was troubled for Yahsha'Allah. In Romans 9, the Apostle Paul, so-called, heart was troubled for his brethren, his kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Yahsha'Allah. And he said, who pertains the adoption, and the promise, and the covenants, and the law, and the giving of the Messiah, the coming of the Messiah. Oh, praises. I'll read it again, 2 Esdras chapter 5, verse 32. And said unto me, hear me, and I will instruct thee. Hearken to the thing that I say, and I will tell thee more. And I said, speak on, master. Then he said unto me, thou art sore troubled in mind for Yahsha'Allah's sake. Lovest thou that people better than he that made them? Who made Yahsha'Allah? The Most High. We're his one and only people. And I said, no, Adonai. I said, no, master. But of very grief I have spoken, for my reins pain me every hour, while I labor to comprehend the way of the Most High, and to seek out part of his judgment. And he said unto me, thou cannot. And I said, wherefore, master? Whereunto was I born then? Or why was not my mother's womb than my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Yahayah. I told you he was going to name in the context, in the content of the text, who the one people, the one and only people are. But you had a hard time trying to figure it out. Who are the one people? Who are the one and only people? The one dove of all the birds, the one sheep of all the cattle, the one vine of all the trees, the one river of all the seas. Who is the one people of the Most High? Let's read it again. 2nd Esdras chapter 5, verse 35. And he said unto me, you cannot. And I said, wherefore, master, whereupon too was I born then? And or why was not my mother's womb then my grave, that I might not have seen the travail of Jacob and the wearisome toil of the stock of Yahayah? And he said unto me, number me the things that are not yet come, gather me together the dross that are scattered abroad, make thee flowers green again that are withered. Open me the places that are closed, and bring forth the winds that are in them that are shut up. Show me the image of a voice, and then I will declare unto thee the things which thou laborest to know. And I said, O Yahayah, that beareth rule, who may know these things but he that hath not his dwelling with men? He said, look, a man don't know these things. Only people that can know these things are people that are not here. People that live with you would know this. As for me, I am unwise. 2nd Esdras 5:39. As for me, I am unwise. How may I then speak of these things whereon thou hast me? Then said he unto me, like as thou can do none of these things that I have spoken of, even so can thou not find out my judgment, or in the end the love that I have promised unto my people. Will you highlight? You're going to be shown a mystery. The mystery came and was shown unto the one people in the coming of the one Messiah, the Messiah of the house of Yahayah, the Messiah to his one people, who brought the last and the one sacrifice for sin forever. Like I said, beginnings broadcast. All things concerning Yahayah, all one. Hear, O Yahayah, your most high power is one. All praise to the Most High, Yahayah, and to his son, Yahayah, Messiah, Yada, Hayah.